Hey, cousins. Dwayne Johnson is out here bumping his gums and trying to do damage control because he done fucked up the thing down to the WrestleMania and ruined what a lot of people think was one of the biggest angles in ever since HH, who will not be named, did a turn. Whoop de whoop de whoop. So he over there on Pat McAfee running his mouth. Let me tell you something before we even like dive into the hot stuff, okay? The first thing he does is buff. Okay, this is like a master class of lying. Okay, so and when you do what I do as a clinical therapist, you could pick up lying and thinking there was like none other. You hear me? So first of all, he's buffing everybody. Oh man, Jacob Fatu, I just knew that he was just gonna be this big star because the way the crowd is responding to him. Okay, Dwayne. Okay, Jacob Fatu been on the scene long time. Long time. Apparently, NWA, he was already over there cooking and stewing and brewing. Where the fuck was you? If that was the case, he should have been over in WWE since you got so much eye for talent. The fuck? So he bigging up WrestleMania. He's giving everybody props. We already know Dwayne. We watched it. Chairman of the board. What does that got to do with the price of tea in China? We waiting for an answer. Why did you come back, inject yourself with them fucking bell bottoms, spin this whole shit out of whack, and then don't give the payoff? When you gave Cody them condoms to hold for you, and when you returned, we was waiting for you to tell us what you gave him actually, and then go ahead and build off of that. But see, you already had came back and you made it a point to say, oh, well, in order to, really have a good, robust story in pro wrestling, you don't have to wrestle. So everybody was like, what? You don't. The fuck is you talking about? We left that alone. You come back. I want you, Cody. I want to take your soul. Everybody's fucking confused. And the way the internet wrestling community, the same community that Triple Bypass dogged the fuck out, the way that they try to help piece together this bullshit should be something studied. Triple H actually should be thanking the IWC because they was the ones that was like, oh, well, this is what's happening. This is what happening. Remember the last time we saw The Rock down to the other pay-per-view was it Bad Blood, and he did that shit with his neck and threw his fingers up. Everybody was trying to piece together some shit when all it was him scratching his neck and saying bye. Yeah, that was the IWC trying to build something that wasn't there. And then you showed your ass up. See, this is the thing about Dwayne Johnson. If you don't follow Hollywood and all that type of tea, you might want to, cause Dwayne ain't popular in Hollywood. Them people don't fuck with him like that. That's why the roles come few and far between, and that's why he got his own little situation with $7 cranking out these terrible ass movies. And let me tell you something. Dead Notice is some of the Red Notice. Dead might as well be. It's some of the worst piece of fucking cinema ever. I'm gonna tell you how you know someone's genuine in love with what they do, and they doing it more for money. I saw Sinners. That's some of the best piece of cinematic shot, well thought out story immersed in African American culture that I've seen in a very long time. Ryan Coogler took his time when he made this movie. We went to see it. We was enthralled. The story was good. The music was good. The way he showed history was good. And this is how I know this man really loves what he do. I sat and watched Ryan Coogler talk about the way he shot it, the how to see it in IMAX or standard, why it's better to pay a little bit more money to get the whole picture and to get it from a different point of perspective. This boy was telling you about the speaker sound. I loved it. Anything Ryan Coogler put out, I'm going to be down there. It's not too many people that I'll go to the movies and see. Last time I saw a rock movie was when his ass was down to the Egyptian pyramids. I was young, dumb, and really excited. And I go watch The Mummy now, and I'm still wondering how the fuck did this get to the goddamn chopping board? let's get back to this. So he's very disingenuous. Nothing he says come across natural. He's trying to find words to say, yeah, when you should have just said, listen, I was busy and I really didn't give a fuck about none of this. I just came back to give a bump to push them prices because Elimination Chamber wasn't selling. And I know what power I got because the wrestling fans that are, in my age, in our 40s and late 30s, we love seeing our old folks. So we like to pay for that shit. But that nostalgia train done sailed. So I want y'all to listen to this convoluted shit. Okay, so this is Dwayne Johnson, chairman of the board, explaining about appearing at Elimination Chamber. And then you make the decision as I tell you what I hear. He said, I got a call about a month before Elimination Chamber. I get a call from Ari Emanuel, who we know owns TKO. He gonna always put over the men. TKO owns WWE. We fucking know. He's been my longtime business partner and one of my best friends for over 20 years. See, this is the shit he does. He gonna buff the fuck out of you because what he about to say is super stupid. He went on to say, he said, we need help at Elimination Chamber. Ticket sales are a little low. But beyond that, he goes, what we are finding is with Elimination Chamber, it's become the pay-per-view that's been interesting and fans have had more fun, but it's also the conduit for WrestleMania. And how do we create an Elimination Chamber that people must tune in to see? How do we create that? And he said, right now, we don't have that. Will the final boss show up? So let me get this straight. You got Paul Leviskay over here talking about, I got everything lined up months and years in advance. Meanwhile, Ari Emanuel, one of the stockholders, is over here on the phone with The Rock, who's somewhere scratching his balls and pissing in bottles, talking about, listen, these ticket sales ain't ticket selling. I'm going to need you to come on down with your bell bottoms and get the girls riled up. What kind of backbiting bullshit is this? And instead of Dwayne saying, hey man, let me get with Paul Leviskay and see what's going on before I agree to everything. He was like, hell yeah, apparently. Let's see. Dwayne on the final boss wanting Cody Rhodes sold. Here we go. He says, and I quote, it was a litmus test to find out, in my opinion, how will fans respond if Cody sold his soul to the final boss. Let's get a temperature check on this. Let's establish it. Let's anchor it in. And come to find out, there were a lot of fans who were saying, sell your soul. This shit is going to be crazy. Whatever it is, it's compelling. It's going to be great. Let's do it. Sell your soul. So I was an advocate for that. Not turning Cody heel soon, but eventually down the line. I like the idea of that because Cody is a smart guy. He's an intelligent guy and he's a ring general. And I think this idea of you give him a reason to turn way down the road. By the way, you could give him a reason to turn, not based on titles, not based on this, but it's his soul and what that means that affects generations. I'm reading what Dwayne is saying, so I hope y'all following this bullshit. It's transcendent beyond pro wrestling, and fans were loving it. As we got closer to Elimination Chamber, we were kicking ideas around, myself and Triple H. And that's the fun part, by the way. Yeah, sure, because who says that? Y'all wasn't in that boardroom kicking shit around for fun. It was begrudgingly. Dwayne went on to say, I've been kicking ideas around with Triple H for 20 years, dude. We're always having a great time with him and Nick Khan and my team as well. And Triple H says, what about this? What about John Turner? I said, I love it. I love it. This is finally an answer, I guess, on why he did not appear at WrestleMania 41. And I quote from Dwayne Johnson. So, when we were moving forward with John and this idea of him getting crowned at WrestleMania and being a heel champion, I knew then the best thing for the final boss, we've established this idea for Cody's soul. We can always come back to it. I'm sorry, what? No, we can't, because I don't give a fuck. Dwayne continues. I did feel, and I made the call, I don't want to be involved in that. Step back. Let the final boss step back into the shadows. Let all of the spotlight go to John. Let it go to Cody. Let's not make it about Cody's soul eventually or John's soul. No, let's let them do what they do. And I called John after Elimination Chamber, spoke to him, called Cody, and I said, I think the final boss work is done. We've established it. We've just pulled off the greatest angle in the history of professional wrestling, other than HH turning heel back in the 90s. I said, this is amazing. We have 6 weeks. Now let's build. You guys go and crush it. And I'll be right there with you. And I'm always here if you need me. But I think it's best for the final boss to be involved in that finish. I don't think it's best. He didn't think it was the best to be involved in the finish. So let me get this straight. You came to Elimination Chamber because your boy Ari overstepped Paul Levesque because them tickets wasn't moving. And as usual, instead of coming up with something creative and something that's going to give the people something to feel, they had to get and dig into the old ass antique bag and bring you out. And you said, well, I'ma just make up some shit. Because remember, he was drunk and all kinds of stuff down to the damn WWE TV. And so I'ma just say Cody Rhodes and his soul, and I'ma make it real explosive and convoluted. And I know the best way to do this is to just do some mindless ass violence, because that's how you get over with the audience, because they stupid. And he was right. We saw Cody Rhodes get his ass beat up and we got completely turned on. We saw John Cena become a heel and everybody got excited. And then The Rock said, you know what? I'm done. Now y'all go out there and do it. But see, what The Rock actually did was fuck up the storyline, because what did we and everybody else in this fake ass IWC, according to Paul Levesque, do? We sat down and said, why isn't no one mentioning The Rocks? Why is nothing being connected? Why aren't we getting a reason as to why John Cena decided to line with The Rock? Why isn't this not making any fucking sense? Why did Travis Scott show up and want to align with The Rock? There was no story. For somebody who has his own production company and drags around his own writing team, how did you not give us something we could chew on in terms of story? John Cena could say, you know why I got with The Rock, and proceeded to tell us any fucking bullshit. I got with The Rock because I just wanted to, I don't know, have a mega millions super duo, hit squad. I don't give a fuck. You could have gave us a reason. We never got a reason. He was never mentioned. What happened was all of it was turned towards the audience, and everybody got reamed up the ass. Nothing made sense, and to this day, it still don't make sense. Now, Cody's out of a fucking title. John Cena got his title. We still don't know why John Cena aligned with The Rock. And let him tell it. It's because he want to fuck up wrestling. Man, get the fuck out of here with that. Here is The Rock talking about his thoughts on Cena and Cody at WrestleMania 41. The Rock says, and I quote, they had 6 weeks to plan for that. So I love the finish. The finish of the match, I would have finessed things a little bit differently in how they got there, but that's just me creatively. If passive aggressive was a hot bitch, it'd be Dwayne Johnson. That sentence alone tells you everything you need to know. He didn't like what the fuck they were doing, and he didn't want to be a part of it. That is exactly what he said. And ain't nobody can tell me different. You love the finish. Oh, I love the finish. I mean, me personally, I would have did something different, but that's just me. But what they did, hey, that's like somebody saying, you like this outfit? Oh, I love it. I mean, on you. That's what you do. But me, I got different tastes. I probably would have did a couple other things, but it looked good on you. What kind of bitch shit? Ooh. Anyway, he went on to say, there are a lot of minds in the room. That's my thought. But still, ultimately, the bottom line was that I love John getting 17. And I never had a concern about John pulling this off. My thoughts are always to Cody because of what we've established with him and his story and the kind of baby face that he is. So if done right, and I think if finessed right, and if it's nuanced right, down the road, that guy not only has an incredible baby face run as a champion, but also an unheard of run as a heel down the road. Down the road, I will be scratching my ass focused on something else. The time to do it, if you were going to do it, was now. Timing is everything. I don't understand what the fuck Dwayne is talking about, except I wasn't down for what was going on, so I decided not to show the fuck up. Dwayne went on to put over Travis Scott and his involvement. He said he's either training with Booker T or he plans to. So he don't even fucking know what Travis Scott's doing. MAGA Feet said he texted The Rock after Scott made his entrance at WrestleMania to see if The Rock was gonna follow. Rock was highly complimentary of WrestleMania 41 and put over a number of matches. The Rock also spoke about his upcoming movie project with Martin Scorsese, and one thing The Rock failed to mention was the United Football League that he co-owns, which is interesting because that shit is a fucking flop. That's why. That's why. So even Pat McAfee was like, "You coming or what? Like, what are you doing?" But let this motherfucker sit up here and put on a big smile and hawk all of his endeavors, all of his Samoan based shit. And you supposed to eat it up because The Rock is such a nice guy. This is what I say, and I'm gonna wrap this up. Again, all of this is because, and he said it. If you read it, he told you what it was. He did not like the creative. He would not have done what was done. He started it out a certain way and wanted to prolong it as long as fucking possible. He wanted John Cena to get to 17, but not the way he would do it. They did it a different way. He didn't like how the shit was going. And so he decided not to fucking join the girls. And that's it. So this is what I would like. Since everybody says, oh, wrestling fans don't know what they would like, I'll tell you what I would like. I would like Dwayne Johnson to stay his ass in Hollywood, stay your ass behind the board table with Ari Emanuel and the girls, and stay the fuck off of WWE TV. That's what I would like. Will it happen? No, because as long as these fucking tickets is astronomical and ridiculous, the more they're gonna always pull back half dead ass acts. Okay? It backfired this time. It backfired. How about we start putting stock into the young talent? Okay? The seasoned talent of Roman, Seth, some of the girls, Bailey, Bianca, fucking Charlotte and them, they should be now moving and grooving and getting stuff in. Those are the ones that's holding the company on your back. Those is the ones that you got on the goddamn flyers. I don't care for Cody Rhodes, but still you should have did Cody Rhodes way better than you been doing him with this fucked up ass booking. How about that? Something was said, and this is kind of telling me how things are gonna go in the future. Cause these motherfuckers is terrible. You understand? Ari Emanuel said, "We need help at Elimination Chamber. Ticket sales are a little slow." But beyond that, he goes, what we're finding is Elimination Chamber has become the pay-per-view that's been interesting and fans have had fun. But it's also the conduit for WrestleMania. So, first of all, Elimination Chamber been happening for how fucking many years? And they're just now going in and studying and seeing what their numbers and their bar graphs are showing. And they see, oh, the fans like this one. They like Elimination Chamber. So listen, let's go ahead and jack up the fucking prices. Let's get Dwayne down to the show and fuck up the thing. So next Elimination Chamber, no one's going to be able to afford to go. Matter of fact, let's not even have it in the United States. We're going to just have all the pay-per-views overseas because we really could price gouge them dumb motherfuckers. That's what they just said. Oh, we see that the fans have a good time with this. Oh, we got to fuck this up. We also know that that's the conduit for WrestleMania. So let's go ahead and fuck that up. This is what, when you when a company gets bought and bought over 2 times, more than once, and it's public, stakeholders and people you have to answer to, this is it right here. They just told you. We got to sell tickets. I don't give a fuck what you got to do. Go in there and say, my feet fucking hurt. You want to squeeze them? That could have been a storyline for all the fuck Ari Emanuel knew. He just knew The Rock was going to do it because The Rock bold as fuck. Meanwhile, me and Triple H, we have good conversation. Motherfucker, you jump right over him with your homeboy. Ooh, it's some messy shit, girl. If I was Paul Levinsky, I would have a problem with Dwayne Johnson because, bitch, if you want to do creative, I could go lay up. I'm a billionaire. I'm married to a billionaire woman. I could go lay up and chill. I ain't got to do this shit. Since you so fucking concerned with what I'm doing, you done fucked up the thing. But I ain't gonna give Paul Levinsky too much space. Because you too busy running down the goddamn internet community who is propping this shit up the whole time. But you can't see the forest from the trees. But it's going to bite you right in the ass. Y'all tell me what y'all think in the comments, and I'll check you on the next one.